In today's video, I want to take a look at the stock market real quick. We've got a little wrinkle um, going on. I was kind of assuming that this was going to be a move down into a daily cycle low, but it really didn't get very far. And it is possible that that's just all we're going to get for the daily cycle low. I mean, realistically, the central banks are just dumping trillions of dollars into the financial system. So um, I would kind of expect the daily cycle low to be, fairly mild anyway, but this would qualify as being really mild. I'm not really sure that, whether or not I'm going to call this a daily cycle low or not. It may be that this was just, one of those premature profit taking events as we get near a resistance zone, that being the 200-day moving average right here. Uh, Buyers like us that bought down here at this point, we thought, we just figured, close enough. Wasn't a whole lot of percentage potential at that point to the 200, and why keep pressing our long trade when we'd made plenty of money and we could just go ahead and take profits and step aside and not have to worry too much about getting caught in the daily cycle low. And then we get this 2.5 day sell off, and then the market immediately reverses. It did not get oversold on the 5 day RSI, so I question as to whether or not this is really going to be the daily cycle low, and whether this is just again a premature profit taking event as we neared this resistance, and then the dip buyers came in. Um, and we're going to get that full test of the resistance zone, the 200-day moving average, before moving back down into something that looks a little more um, comparable to what I would expect on a true daily cycle decline. That tends to be what I think is happening. I think this is a little too premature for a daily cycle low, and it's a little too shallow. So I think this is just an early profit-taking event. The dip buyers have used it to get position for another run at this resistance zone at the 200. And then at that point, I think we would get maybe a little bit deeper correction, something that could maybe push the 5 day RSI into an oversold condition, and that would be the true daily cycle low. So, for those that want to trade this, it's a pretty easy trade. You just, and I actually suggested this for subscribers this morning. You could get long right here and then just put a stop right below this low. And if this is a daily cycle low and this is, just a temporary bounce that's going to roll over and make a lower low, you'll get stopped out right here. You won't lose much money. And then you can try again when we get a swing at, hopefully at a little bit lower level. If not, if this is just again a premature profit-taking event and the dip buyers are now going to push this up to a full test of the 200, then you've got 4 or 5% profit potential up to this resistance zone where you could then take profits and then get back on the sideline again and wait for something that looks a little bit more like a true daily cycle low before you buy again. And in the meantime, the setup is playing out very nicely so far in the metal sector. What I've mentioned over and over that I think is going to be the trade of the year. I'm covering it in depth in the nightly report, so I won't go into it here. Save that for subscribers. But nothing negative is happening at this point, and everything is still on track for what I expect to be a very nice trade in the metals in the coming months.